And what is up, guys? Welcome to another PUBG Mobile Scrims. This is Rohin Bhaumik from PC Peasants Gaming, and I am here in collaboration with the one and only Villager Esports. I'm just gonna go switch off that WhatsApp so that you guys don't get those pesky notifications. So this is going to be an interesting cast for me because I've never casted these scrims before, so I'm going to be learning this on the fly. And we've got some interesting teams here. We've got 47A, AKHP, Intense, Team Asterix, Roaring Wolves, EO Slayers, Mayhem, Team KO, Interactive, Initiative, Esports, Particle 7, Blind, Orange Rock, Raven TT, KO, Nox Crystals, Evil Squad, Incredibles, Aztecs, HACL, I hope I'm reading that right, and Tenside. We've got 3 matches back to back, and it's going to be a very interesting game, and I cannot wait to see what happens. I am, of course, streaming this from a computer, and I do apologize for that, but it's just so much easier to do this. So we've got Team Tensai and Team Fozi in the heart of Miramar, in Picado, and hopefully they're going to face off each other eventually. We also have Team 13 Blind, Wolf and Rebel sitting there in the corner. I'm not sure where their teammates are, so let's just get an overview of, and shots are being fired. Shots are already being fired. Tensai Ignite has been knocked. He needs to get to cover. This is not looking good for Tensai. Already one knock. What is Tensai gonna do? We've got Blind Wolf throwing a nade, trying to get Ignite, but Ignite crawls to safety, and it's up to his team V3 to help him out. Omega also like peeking, trying to peek, dropping a smoke. Yep, they're gonna go for the revive. They don't want to leave any man behind. Interesting smokes from Omega. Good effect. He's going for the res, and it looks like Ignite's going to be in the game, and he will live to fight another day. All right, and I really want to see what kind of angle Rebel has here. He's popping his smoke. He's going for the rotate aggressive. Yeah, many teams follow the philosophy: one knock, one push, and it looks like Rebel wants to reposition themselves so that they can get maybe a better position on, better angle on Omega and Ignite. It is a 2v2 situation right now, with Omega third person peeking and trying to figure out where these sound cues are coming from. Rebel and Wolf telegraphing all the way onto the second floor of this 4-story building right here in Picado. Everybody's playing very carefully. A nade gets thrown. Wolf and Rebel are repositioning themselves. They try to get an angle. Oh, Wolf got an angle, but he's getting shot at from Artemis. It's an interesting position that they have there. Let's see how this plays out. Omega trying to get an angle on him, not sure what to do. Looks like there's a call to regroup for Team Ignite. Sorry, Tensai. I'm gonna keep making mistakes, okay guys? You're gonna just have to like roll with it. This is one of my first casts. In fact, one of the first casts that I actually did was PMAS 2019. I was on the English desk with Blair and Crips. It was quite an amazing experience, and I hope to have more experiences like that. And I really want to hone my craft. I want to learn how to cast the way it's done abroad in international circles, and I think the only way to learn how to cast is to actually cast, you know, and like practice. Let's see what's happening in the other sides of the maps here. We've got a very dense map. I do hear shots getting fired, and I am scared. Oh, and Team Kojita getting a knock. Unfortunately, I have no idea where he is. So we're gonna have to just watch this Picardo standoff. I apologize. Oh my god. One tap with the one taps knocking Rebel, and Team Cold Blaze also getting a knock with his nade. So we've got a lot of action going on simultaneously on the map. Miramar is a big map, and you really need to be able to aim because the distances are long, and recoil control is really what's going to get you knocks here. And it looks like one tap, having done a lot of damage to Rebel, is looking to get another couple of shots in. Oh, and it looks like 4ZA entering the fight, knocking Tensai, killing Tensai. Artemis, oh, this is, oh my god. Artemis is down for the count. And one tap, just having to aim at the same building, gets another knock on Omega. We've got some very interesting plays happening here. Bullets flying left, right, and center. This is not looking good for Tensai because they have to take cover while they're taking this fight with blind, because one tap is not. Oh, and that nade is going to hurt. Wolf is down for the count. 4ZA getting a knock on Ignite with that nade over there. It looks like they're going to be pushing. Yep, 4ZA with the philosophy. One knock, one push. Oh, they're raining them with grenades. This is not looking good for Team Tensai. 4ZA just needs to push in. Does he aim? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He just rushes into the building without checking. One tap. Oh my god. One tap with his amazing prowess, amazing skill. 4ZA almost losing this. I gotta say, that last stand by Tensai's Ignite was quite an amazing stand. 4ZA getting a lot of knocks on themselves. Oh, but let's not forget that Rebel is still very much in the fight. And he's thinking about this move. He doesn't want to rush it too much. He's third person peeking, getting those sprays in. What's it gonna be, Rebel? Oh, but unfortunately, Rebel got a little too overconfident. And it was a bit of a lost cause anyway. And Picardo falls to 4ZA. Unfortunately, we did miss a couple of kills, a couple of fights, and I do apologize to the viewers while I am getting used to this this observer slash casting role. I'm generally just the caster, so I apologize, and the casting will improve, and so will the observing. This is my first day, and please be a little patient with me. I'm very grateful to Villager Esports for giving me this opportunity to practice my casting. I also live stream it to my channel, which is PC Peasants Gaming. So if you want to watch this on YouTube, head on over to PC Peasants Gaming and you should find the live stream. Alright, so we've got a bit of a standoff. We've got Marcos from EO, Team EO, getting an amazing knock with that AK. That was quite a nice spray down. Remember, these players are playing on PUBG Mobile and on their mobile phones, and it's very difficult to control those recoils. It is not easy, and these players are making it look so simple. Marcos with that Kobe of a nade, knocking Ritik. Saz going for the push along with Varun. They're trying to get an angle on these guys. It's not looking good for Team No Cry. No Cry peeks. Poker gets a couple of knocks, but it doesn't look like he has the health for this. Poker also knocked Saz and Varun with a beautiful push, and they execute them. They put them in the dust, and it's not looking good for Team No Cry. They got a Nox Cry. My bad. Thank you so much for correcting me. Nox Cry. We've got Ripcord, and I'm not even going to try to read your name, buddy. Cry Hunter King. Yeah, there we go. Alright, these guys are like, you know what? Screw this. We're gonna get out of here. This is not worth our time. Let's just not bother with this at all. And yeah, it's a tactical retreat. It's a tactical retreat. Team 17, Nox Crystals. I've been saying Nox Cry, but it's Nox Crystals. I do apologize to the players, the teams, for butchering your names and your clan names and your team names and your org names. I will unfortunately butcher it for the first couple of games before I get a handle of your names. And it looks like Nox Crystals is just like yeeting out of the way. They don't want to deal with this. And meanwhile, Team EO, what does EO stand for? EO Slayers, Team EO Slayers, looting Nox Crystals, downed players, and they're going to slowly make their way into the circle. Alright, let's head into the circle. The circle is a very centrally placed circle. We have some action around Martin. So we've got Team 6, which is Team Asterix. Looks like we just missed a fight, maybe? I'm not sure. Let's see. Yes, I do believe we just missed a fight. Not sure who or what Nix from Team Asterix is shooting at. Maybe some tires. They get in their little minivan and their Mirado, and they are on their way. This is going to be an interesting rotate for them because they are quite centrally placed. They don't really have to rotate too far. And there we go. Let's look at the map now. We've got some action happening in outside the circle. We've got Team Evil Squad, Shaitan and Raven TT. Let's see what these guys do here. We've got a standoff, ladies and gentlemen. Team Evil versus where's Team 15? Oh, nope. Nope, Team 15, Raven TT is like, nope, we're just gonna leave. And they do leave. So it looks like pretty much everyone's like, oh, and let's not forget Orange Rock, the PMAS team that played extremely well. I did not realize it was the same team. We've got Oranto, Daljit SK, one of the best snipers in the Indian mobile scene right now. Oh, and it's not looking good for iMazic. Team 12, Particle 7, oh, already knocked. This is not looking good for him at all, and they're trying to thirst him. I'm not sure if they will. He is in the smoke. Daljit Singh trying to get an angle on him. It's up to Particle 7, the teammates, to at least get a trade. Looks like iMazic is going to be a lost cause here. Funny story, I did manage to meet iMazic at PMAS, and it was quite an interesting meet. I have to say, I was quite happy meeting one of my viewers after so long. I'm so glad that you're so successful and you're working so hard, my man. Vampire takes a couple of shots at Harry. He manages to get his vehicle smoking. Do you think he's gonna get... Oh, Harry doing the dance, not trying to get picked off. But unfortunately, Mavi gets the knock on Harry and thirsts him. What beautiful execution from Team Orange Rock. I mean, it's no surprise that this team sort of knows what they're doing here. They don't want to let anybody from Particle 7 leave as they spray Twist down. That was an excellent play by Mavi. I really like the confidence that Orange Rock has. They're playing, each and every player is sort of playing their own game. They're far from each other, but they're able to, like, you know, they're able to actually, like, execute. And that was a good squad wipe from Orange Rock. We've got Particle 7 licking their wounds. They'll have to regroup and recuperate. We've got 15 teams left and 49 players alive. And the circle gets closer and closer. Let's see what's happening at the edge of the circle with Team Incredibles outside in the blue. In a little bit of a pickle. Looks like they're taking some... nope. Yep, they found, knocked and thirsted a team member of Raven TT. And I'm not sure if that means Raven TT is out of the game. It looks like they're not. We've got 3 players from Raven TT still left. 1 man down. This is quite a walk for Team 19. They're going to have to get a vehicle or something. Let's see how incredible they really are. Team Incredibles. They've got the heals, but it's just going to whittle down their HP. And by the time they reach the circle, they're not going to be looking too healthy for a fight. Unfortunately, this is a game where rotation is really important. All right. Incredible MPR0. I'm assuming that's M-Pro. M-Pro. Okay. Team Incredibles M-Pro sees a vehicle and he's gonna hopefully get them an Uber out of here. We've got the density going here with Team HACL facing off against Team 7, the Roaring Wolves. And I'm not sure if that's the right name here, but we've already got a knock from Mihawk, knocking off Ass Driller. Yo, you buddy, you gotta change that name. God King, like getting another knock on Deadeye. Mihawk, a knock on Shikari. This is not looking good for HACL. And HACL Witcher, last man standing. Unfortunately, not anymore. He is dead. That was a quick execute on HACL. What team is this? Roaring Wolves. Mihawk is gonna. I think they're going with the name Easy Peasy now, so we'll just call them Team Easy Peasy. But yeah, Team Easy Peasy, I gotta say, they made that look easy peasy. Meanwhile, what is happening here? Looks like Team 15. One of the teams just got. Team Incredibles just disappeared from the map. Not really sure what's happening here. If it's Raven who got the kills on them, but it looks like Raven with their 3-player and 1-man disadvantage are now trying to get back in the circle into safety. Miramar is a long game and there's a lot of fights that happen with long distances, so you need to be able to pull down do recoil management and get those trades on those knocks that your teammates get. It is a game that requires you to really be aware of your surroundings, because there's so many hills that you can get knocked from. Now it looks like Team Aztec will have to worry about Orange Rock. I'm not sure if Orange Rock has seen them yet. Nope. Anto trying to get an angle on Team 11, which is Initiative Esports. Anto has a very fancy gun, and it looks like he's going to try to keep that gun and use it to his advantage. Meanwhile, Daljit SK, very smart play. Look at where they've parked their vehicles. Such a smart play. They have the hill, they had the higher advantage, and at some point, yep, Mavi lighting another SUV on fire, and he explodes it. Spidey didn't even see what happened. Satan is next. Mavi and Anto are on fire. Anto, meanwhile, aggroing Team Evil squad. I love how Orange Rock is taking 2 simultaneous fights at the same time. It's so clear that these players know how to handle themselves. This is not looking good for Team Aztecs. Aztecs needs to heal up, get back into the fight. But if the nades start falling from the sky, it's not going to look good for them at all. They are below cover at least, and Daljit keeping a watchful eye on them with his red dot. Impressive. Meanwhile, Mavi doesn't give a shit. Mavi is going for the push. He's like, I'm gonna get those kills, man. I want those kills. I love the confidence that Mavi is showing here. I mean, it's no surprise that the professional teams are gonna take these scrims a little bit less seriously. They're gonna go for those aggressive plays. They're gonna go for those risky plays, and he's trying to get some aim on any of these players here. And Mavi letting the rest of the team know that, hey, it's time to push these guys. I'm not really sure what happened here. That looks like that was a friendly fire situation. And Fozier has joined the fray. Let's actually see what happens around Orange Rock. I really want to know what happens. And Bullets firing. We gotta see what's happening here. Team 20. Aztecs still very much in the game. And Fozier, Redshift gets knocked by Anto. Oh my god. Anto making this look like aim assist. Forget aim assist, hacks. Anto on a roll here. He's playing so well. I like how Team Aztecs is just like, shh, we're gonna stay here. We're gonna be quiet. We're not gonna mess around. I have to see what Anto is rocking. An M4. It's quite interesting how these players are just going for the fights. I love action, and that's really good for the viewers as well. Alright, Team Orange Rock getting into their vehicle and getting out of here. Oh, looks like Daljit unfortunately gets thirsted. Oh my god, Aztecs getting their vengeance. This is now a 3v3. Orange Rock is not gonna let this this defeat go like unwarranted. Or maybe they are. They're like, you know what, this is not worth our time. Unfortunately, Agnibaz managed to get Daljit while he was rotating. Quite an interesting spray down. It looks like Aztecs are still very much in the game and putting Orange Rock at a one-man disadvantage. And looks like everybody is going to be starting to rotate to safety. Now let's look at what's happening. Let's look at what's happening here. We've got a airdrop and we've got Team Asterix, of course, in, what is that called again? I'm forgetting the name. It's been a while since I've played Miramar. Hacienda. There we go. And I'm not really sure where the shots are firing off. But it looks like Orange Rock is now fighting Team Evil. And this is a long distance fight that they're taking right there. Meanwhile, we've got Team 11 Initiative Esports trying to get some knocks. They've got a smoking vehicle. They might want to ditch their vehicle. Oh! Orange Rock Vampire sees the smoke and gets the thirst kill. That was very sad for Fury. He was unfortunately not out of the vehicle. Meanwhile, we've got Team 15, Raven TT still in the game. Aztecs making a drive for it. Oh! Satan with what a beautiful play from Aztecs. Very risky. Satan sending his players as a distraction, getting a knock, and meanwhile, Team 3 Fozier also rotating in slowly. And Twista, the lone player, getting a knock. Oh, this is not looking good for Fozier. Oh, this is not looking good. Twista doing a lot of damage to God9 and knocking one tap. It looks like Fozier is kind of out of the game, and Satan knows that there are people on his right. He's checking. And looks like NYX Asterix knocking down EO Varun. We've got a lot of different fights happening. Everybody's sort of opportunistically knocking people. They don't want to like commit to a full spray down. So they're just going for the knocks. So let's just get an aerial view of what's happening here. It looks like God9 is slow. Yep, God9 is out of the picture. The Aztecs have taken them out. This is a very interesting game for Aztecs. They were right under the noses of Orange. And they still managed to get out of the way. Their vehicle is smoking. They've got cover. Nos Crystals just playing it safe. They know they've got two men. And they don't want to do more than that. Let's try to see what Team Evil is doing here. Evil Squad. There's a team that I haven't spectated at all. Team 11 Initiative Esports trying to get the knock on Raven. Oh, it looks like they've just been backstabbed. This is not looking good for them at all. They've got They're actually sandwiched between Orange Rock and Raven. This is not a good spot for Initiative to be in. I like how Evil is just being opportunistic. They're going for the knocks. They got easy peasy, sick Nick. And now Mihawk's gonna have to go for the res. That's a bad place to be caught out. Mihawk thinking twice whether it's worth going for him, and it's not. Unfortunately, he doesn't make it. Oh, Vampire! There's so much happening. It's so difficult to follow what's happening. I'm just gonna have to follow like one team. Orange Rock in a very interesting situation, but they've got the smokes. They are spraying at Team 16. Just picking any fight that they can take. Team KO. Mavi, again, another knock. Oh, this is not looking good for Team Asterix as Mavi destroying them. That's what, the third or fourth vehicle explosion kill he's got. Mavi now going for those opportunity kills. Spraying as much as he can. Gets Evil Abhi. I love the recoil control Mavi has. He is not playing around. He's just calculatedly like taking people out. Beautiful there. And Crucifer also knocked. Initiative is in a really bad position. And they will have to deal with Mavi moment Mavi sees them. Yep, and Mavi turning his eyes to them. Meanwhile, Raven TD not looking good at all. Raven TD also sandwiched between Nox Crystals and Initiative. The circle on Nox Crystals, all they have to do is play this well. Just camp it out. Don't be aggressive. And finally, Orange Rock going for the push on Initiative. He sees them. And he thirsts them. Anto, I keep saying Ranto. Anto is really on fire today. Anto and Mavi have shown some amazing skill. This is not looking good for Team Initiative. And Anto finishing off Aditya, and that's it. Orange Rock knocks Team Initiative, Initiative Esports out of the game. Mavi did not expect Raven TD on the far left. Mavi needs to heal up. Oh, but unfortunately, Mr. Spray gets him off guard, buying Raven some time to rotate through the smokes into the safe zone. Looks like Orange Rock had to sacrifice Mavi. They're not going to be able to help him. Oh no, this is not looking good for Orange Rock as well. With Anto getting knocked and Mavi getting knocked. They're both their highest performing players this game. And we've got Ash getting a knock on Vampire. This is vengeance that Team Asterix is getting from that time Orange Rock sprayed Asterix. Team Evil Rohan chilling in the corner. Unfortunately for Raven, they don't have too much of cover. And they have to deal with Asterix taking pot shots at them as well as Orange Rock. And that vehicle is already exploded, so they're not going to able to get Ash behind that vehicle. And I'm really curious to see what Rohan is up to, because he's got the ghillie suit, he's got the guns, the suppressor Mac 10 and an AK. Interesting choice of weapons. Vampire needs to heal up. And the circle has finally moved. The circle is now on Ash. And unfortunately, that means Raven is a little circle screwed. Nox Crystals trying to get a spray down on Mr. Spray. Ironically. And let's see what happens. Alright, now this is the moment of truth. With all these guys pushing in. This is not looking good for Raven. Mr. Spray is knocked. Mantiope is knocked. And Striker is knocked. And that's the end of Raven. Unfortunately, they got circle fucked at the end I'm sorry I used the F word, but that it was kind of needed for that particular play. Ash sitting nice and cush right there above. He's got the high ground. He needs to just take care of Rohan as Rohan goes for the rotate. Ash needs to do something about Rohan right now. They see each other. They exchange fire. And Rohan is down for the count. Ash with the Graza. The Graza. And now we've got a 1v2. I'm not sure what happened to Nox Crystals, but I'm guessing that they got knocked by Orange Rock. And now it's a 2v1. Orange Rock taking multiple fights this game. Multiple fights. I'm not sure why Anto took a dive in the molly. But he's going to heal up. This is going to be an interesting play from Orange Rock. Ash unfortunately not making it here. He's got hit pretty bad. Just has to play for the Nox, and unfortunately Vampire gets Ash. And there you go. We've got Orange Rock with 9 kills by Anto, 6 kills by Vampire, and Mavi with 5 kills. All 3 players, Vampire, Mavi, and Anto, played unbelievably well. That was a great game for Orange Rock. Unfortunately, Daljit got a little caught off by Team Aztec, and he paid the ultimate price. Another team that I feel took a lot of fights and survived a lot was Team Asterix, coming in at second place. I have to say they were in a bad position. They really took a lot of damage, and then you know what happens. These things happen. And finally, we've got Team Evil, third place. Rohan securing it just by surviving. Team Evil, 0 kills all the way, but playing position. They got a couple of knocks, but they could not convert them into kills, which is kind of sad. But, you know, these things sort of happen. And unfortunately, I gotta say, I feel really, really bad for Raven TT, because Raven TT really got circle screwed. They did perform quite well with 2 kills, 3 kills, 3 kills, and unfortunately Karaoke died pretty fast in the game. Nox Crystal also well played, and just generally it was a really good Miramar game. We saw a lot of action, and it's nice to see so many teams play PUBG Mobile aggressively, play Miramar aggressively. It's nice, and this is why I really wanted to cast these scrims, because that's one of the amazing things about casting PMAS. I got to see a side of PUBG Mobile that I had never seen before as a streamer, as a caster. I'm not a caster, a streamer, and it was really nice to see these guys kill it. So we're going to be starting the next match in 10 minutes, and I will try to look at the other scores as well, so that you guys know what happened. We've got Team 6, which is Team Easy Peasy, but for some reason I guess I got a different list of names. But Team Easy Peasy Mihawk with that first squad wipe on HACL was amazing. These guys played really well, and I was kind of rooting for them. I was really hoping that something would happen, but unfortunately nothing happened. They did manage to come 6th, however, and top 10 is always great. Then we've got the unfortunate team, which is Incredibles. Sorry, not Incredibles. Initiative Esports. These guys was unfortunately sandwiched between Raven TT and Orange Rock, and then those are 2 teams that I would not want to be sandwiched with. But they did survive for quite some time, despite the fact that they were sandwiched. And I have to say, kudos to them for sticking it out, for actually staying in the fight. And finally, we've got Team Kojita, Team KO. Now, unfortunately, we didn't spec Team KO, and I really apologize to Team KO and its fans and the players, but I really did not get to see you guys in action. But Grid got 3 kills, Blaze got 1 kill, and Zaxron, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Maybe let me know later, got 2 kills. Aztecs, I gotta say, Aztecs played really well with Agnibaz getting the knock on Diljit. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be patting himself on the back for that one. Team Aztecs, survivability again, quite a lot. Managed to survive a direct fight with Orange Rock having a height advantage. I have to say, Orange Rock played that position really well, and they were picking two fights simultaneously. If I'm not wrong, they were fighting Aztec and they were also fighting Evil at the same time. And, maybe that's why Aztec sort of got away with it. But I gotta say, Aztec with the cheeky kill on Diljit was quite nice. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. We got Team 10. We've got EO Slayers, Marcos, Varun with 0 kills, KJOP with 0 kills, Marcos with 1 kill, and SARS with 3 kills. I gotta say, if you get 3 kills, you can adequately pat yourself on the back. I have to say, One Tap had some of the most interesting shots fired because we were spectating them in Picado. It was a good play, and I have to say, I really enjoyed that game. Now I'm gonna quickly download the next map, so that you guys don't kill me. And by the way, I am PC Peasants Gaming, and I don't play a lot of PUBG Mobile on the emulator anymore, but I really wanted to get back into casting, and I really enjoyed myself. And so I'm just going to be waiting for the next match to start, and while that starts, I'm going to be maybe reading chat. I thought you were playing CS. I'm not playing CS. Alright, we're gonna just wait for this to start. We are on a delay, however, and we will be right back. And we are back. Welcome to another PUBG Mobile Scrim organized by none other than Villager Esports. A big shout out to Kul and the team. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to actually cast this amazing tournament. Scrim, not tournament. And while this happens, I'm going to order some stuff for myself on Swiggy because I am professional like that. Anyway, so we saw an interesting game by Orange Rock and the rest of the server, Ash, Evil, and Raven TT. I'm gonna take some time remembering these names, but yep, we saw a very interesting game, and let's see how the spread is. Let's look at the map right here, and let's try to understand who's gonna drop where and get what exactly. And it looks like HACL we've got the audio glitch. Don't worry, audio will come back pretty soon. And we've got looks like Team Raven. It's really difficult to say where people are going right now. I'm just gonna have to wait for them to drop. What happened to my audio? There we go, and we're back. I have to say, unfortunately, Team Raven got a little circle screwed last game. They played really well. They survived till the end, and the last circle just screwed them. I'm sure at that point they ran out of utility as well, so it's difficult. It's difficult to play a game like that, and I have to say, they did their best. And this is a game with a lot of RNG. I'm not really sure what they're doing here. They're dropping for vehicles, and it looks like they do have a vehicle. Spidey trying to run over. Oh, and he does! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, he's going for it again! He gets another knock! Oh my god, Aztec Spidey is on fire. He's on fire. Nobody has weapons. It doesn't make sense for these guys to do what they're doing right now. You know, this is just, oh my god, Spidey, very smart, getting a gun, and he needs to get one or two knocks, gets back into the car. Extremely intelligent play from him. Oh my god, Team Aztec, beautifully executed. What the hell did I just see? Oh my god, that was amazing. What a beautiful squad wipe. Aztec is gonna be feeling very good about themselves. Spidey is gonna be, imagine the smile on his face. Imagine the smile on his face. Oh my god, that was an excellent play going for that pistol. I have to say, oh my god, talk about bad luck. But I gotta say, Raven stuck it together. They lived together, they dropped together, they died together. And that's just sad. Let's see what's happening in Pochinki. We've got Team Evil facing off with, I'm guessing, Team Asterix. Yes, sorry. We've got Team Evil versus Team Asterix and the entire land of Pochinki. Dumbo trying to get those third-person peeks from the roof. Very cheeky of him. He's seen Abhi. He knows exactly when to peek him. He just needs to wait for him to commit to a window. But Abhi is too smart for that, and he drops down. He must have guessed that this is an angle where he can get shot from. So we're just gonna watch this angle for now. Let's see how these players actually fight their way out of Pochinki. And the shots have already been fired. Dumbo, unfortunately, living up to his name, has no idea that Shaitan was on his left flank, and he was just put out of his misery. If he had the ears, he could have flown away to safety. That's a Disney reference. Booyah, booyah, booyah. Now, Team Evil needs to figure out where the other 3 players are and put them out of their miseries as well. Team Evil is, of course, feeling very confident because I'm sure Rohan securing them their third place, if I'm not mistaken, or 4th place. Oh, I think yeah, 3rd place in the previous game. This is going to be payback. Ash did kill Rohan in the last circle. And in the meantime, Valdi lets out a volley of shots from the DP. He manages to snag Godspeed just towards the edge and gets a little bit of his health out. But Godspeed is healing up, and now they know that one person definitely there. That was a very good snap. I don't know how you guys snap the way you snap, but he's already peeking that angle. Oh, but Ash with the crossfire, a beautiful crossfire by Team Asterix. Ash getting the knock on Godspeed, and looks like Shaitan, Rohan, and Abhi need to think smart. Valdi coming down the hill, 3rd person peeking with his DP. Doesn't have too many bullets. He's got 24 bullets. He's got to make them count. And Ash trying to push the philosophy, the one knock, one push philosophy that a lot of these teams seem to follow and seem to love. Very different from the PC esports scene. I mean, you don't see so much of aggression, but Hydraflick said nope, Venom, you're wrong. PC players play as aggressively, if not more. So let us see how this plays out for Godspeed. Godspeed is getting rezzed by Rohan, and he's back in the fight. Just needs to lick his wounds, and he's going to be able to live to fight another day. Asterix playing carefully. They are at a one-man disadvantage, so they're not going to want to push too much. They're just going to want to take a couple of knocks, put Evil in a two-man disadvantage maybe, and then go for the push. I'm not sure what NYX is trying to do here, but looks like he's just chilling. And I really like the confidence that Team Asterix is playing with, where they're just every man for himself, and I do respect that quite a bit. And let us see what Godspeed does. His level 1 armor is not looking very good, so he's going to have to do something at some point, and at least get some armor. Meanwhile, while this is happening, I'm trying to order some biryani, and I'm not being very successful because at 10:40 p.m. it's very difficult to order biryani in this city. For those of you who don't know, I am Venom from PC Peasants Gaming, or PCP Gaming, and I used to be a PUBG Mobile streamer. I did take a break from it because I think I got a little burnt out, but I'm really glad to be back, at least as a caster. I do enjoy these high-level plays, and we're going to go and check out what Ash is trying to do here. Sees him with the third-person peek, with the barrel sprayed on. Godspeed is not looking good. This is not his game. He's going to be cursing himself. He goes into cover below the causeway, and he just needs to stay where he is. This looks like a situation where Evil will have to leave their teammate behind. He's now just a liability. Godspeed trying to get to the surface, but as the moment he does, Ash is going to peek him and finish him, and Ash throws a nade at him and finishes him off. What a nade. Ash is like, yeah. And in the meantime, Particle 7 Twister just died to an explosion. We see some fireworks in the distance, so let's go see some of the other teams while while this is happening, I'm just going to try to spectate a team that I did not spectate much last game. Team KO. Still in their honeymoon looting phase. Not doing much, but we've got Initiative fighting off with the EO Slayers. Marcos, KJOP. They unfortunately got a 3-man squad. It looks like one of their teammates didn't connect. This might have been a situation with the server, or it could have just been like a situation where he couldn't play. And this is a 4v3, not a fair fight, but let's see how Initiative actually manages to make this work in their favor. They were sandwiched between Orange Rock and Raven, I want to say Raven last game in Miramar, and let's see how a fair fight plays out for them. They were sandwiched between two decent teams, and now it's a Mexican standoff, and let's see what happens. KJOP has all the intel that he needs. He's probably telling his teammates that they are at Broken Wall, left and center. And I'm not really sure. Marcos getting the call out. Yep, he sees Crucifer. He sees him with the Mini 14. Don't repeat that. And Crucifer unfortunately repeats that and pays a hefty price. Initiative Esports, if I'm getting your names right, I hope you guys remember this. And it looks like Particle 7 is like, hey man, why are you guys having all the fun? And they want to enter the fray. iMazic already dead, but we've got Harry and Twister who have entered the fight, and now they're trying to survey the situation. They're like, okay, who's who, where's where, and let's see who we should shoot at. Everybody heard their vehicle, and they're going to want to take this carefully. KJO Pete took a lot of hits. He is badly chunked, and Marcos now needs to worry about Initiative and Particle 7. I'm not really sure what Particle 7 is doing. Oh, they're going for the long rotate. The circle, unfortunately, not in their favor. So let's see what happens there. And meanwhile, let's go check out Pachinki and see what is happening in Pachinki. We've still got Godspeed dead in the ground, and a 3v3. Team Asterix is Dumbo also dead in the ground. Another Mexican standoff. I love how PUBG Mobile pros really take their time. Like we saw so much of action. Everybody just trying to get an angle at each other and do some damage. I'm very interested to see how Ash plays this game. He did get a quick knock and a good nade. The speed and velocity, ferocity, the speed and ferocity with which he peeks and shoots, I have to say, that is incredible. Incredible. And the nades keep falling. Oh, that was surprisingly accurate. It's a good thing that Ash did move. And Fozier must have heard all the grenades at Pachinki. And they have secured their own lodging outside of Pachinki, southwest of Pachinki. And they're going to be chilling there. Not really sure what Team Asterix. I'm not really sure what Team Asterix is trying to do here, but oh my god, how? Oh my god, this is not looking good for Nyx or Ash. Unfortunately, Voldy is also dead. This is a 3v2 situation. And that is the end of Team Asterix. That was quite a long and drawn out fight, I have to say. And they still managed to win it. So good for them. Team Evil really like capitalizing on Pochinki. They've got the loot now. They can like happily loot. They did lose one teammate, Godspeed, but that's not a steep price to pay for Pochinki. So good for them. Meanwhile, we've got Team Aztec northeast of Pochinki facing off with HACL. We saw HACL's gameplay last game and they did not perform well. So hopefully we can see some decent action from HACL and maybe they can convert. Oh, but Deadeye peeks out, aggressive peeks, and Satan. You might want to get that first aid, Deadeye. HACL needs to be careful because Team Aztec, a team with high survivability. Oh, Shikari gets knocked. And so does Deadeye. This is not looking good for HACL. I guess this is just not HACL's day. We've got Ass Driller, who has unfortunately not much to do here. He's going to have to do something. This has been a good game for Team Aztecs with RB not OP getting both the nades and finally RB not OP getting all 3 kills. He's like, why should Spidey have all the fun? Why? And let's go back to Team Evil Squad. They heard all the action. They see people. I'm surprised they're not taking the shots. RB takes a little bit of aggro. Meanwhile, Blind Zeus knocks somebody. Unfortunately, the name moves off really fast. It looks like Initiative is fighting Blind. Or was fighting Blind, and it looks like the fight is over. No, sorry. This is a different team. My bad. This is Blind and Intent? Well, whatever. Titan and Envy have the angle on these guys. They know exactly where they are. That Molly was surprisingly close. Zeus going for the push. Rebel knocking himself out with a nade. What the hell is Blind up to? Was that a fog of war decision that they made? Meanwhile, Envy going for the push. He's just like, let's end this. And that's all Blind has to offer. Let me just try to get a name of this team here. This is Team Intense. Alright, that was not an intense fight. It might have been initially, but it's all over now. Now, I know I've not been talking about loot and drops and stuff like that. It's primarily because I still don't have the hang of this. I do not know what I'm doing. But this is a very, very nice crate. We've got an MK14, an AUG A3, some level 3 gear, and an adrenaline syringe, which is quite nice. Seriously, you casting VE? Damn. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Alright. Team 20, we've got Aztecs. I gotta say, Aztecs playing the best so far this game, because we saw the early 3K that they got on Team Raven TT, where they drove over their players. Spidey getting that 3K. I like how Aztecs been playing this game. They're like, we're gonna shoot your cars. Effectively stranding Nox Crystals in that compound. Very smart play indeed. Guys, unfortunately, I will not be able to read the chat because I am doing a practice cast. But I will answer your questions at the end of this cast. Please be patient. We're seeing some actions. I mean, I like how both teams are just taking pot shots at each other. Nobody really like connecting as much. Oh, and as I stand corrected, Satan gets a little chunk out of poker. He's like, looks like he's using gyro. Now, this is not something that I'm very like knowledgeable about, but I don't know like how many professional players in India prefer gyro over, you know, the swiping and the swiping fork, the claw, and you know, other stuff. Like I'm not really like knowledgeable about this information, but I've started playing gyro, and I have to say, like, I can see why a lot of professionals would prefer gyro. And looks like we've got another fight happening over here. This is Initiative versus 4ZA, a close quarter fight. We've got a 4v4. Nades being thrown. Oh, this is not looking good for Initiative. But Aditya with the flank on God9. Is he going to be able to get that knock? Nade primed and thrown. One tap knocking X Muiz OP. I'm guessing. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. Correct me in the chat, please. Correct me in the comments later if you do watch the stream. And it looks like Intense is also in a fight with another people, but I really want to spectate this 4v4 and see what happens here. One Tap has been getting some very interesting knocks. This is a player that I'm very interested in following, because I have to say his gameplay has been remarkable in Miramar. He's got very good accuracy, very good recoil control. Clearly a fan of the taps. Oh, and that nade, he just misses it by an inch. We've got shots firing off in the distance with Team 5. I'm guessing that's Intense. We've got two fights happening in the vicinity of each other. Bit of a standoff. Let's see what 4ZA tries to accomplish here. A nade here would have got OP. MOP. I'm just going to call you MOP, bro. Aditya takes a huge chunk, and he's going to have to heal up if he wants to stay in the fight. That was a helmet damage situation. And finally, One Tap is knocked. This is going to be looking bad for 4ZA, as Initiative might want to go for the push. Clash Dark going for the aggressive third-person peeks. I'm not really sure what he's trying to achieve here. Oh, Aditya should have gotten that spray down on Clash Dark. We've got another knock on Redshift. Clash Dark is down. We've got 3 down. It's up to God9. God9 cutting loose, cutting bait, and that is it. Initiative Esports has managed to knock out 4ZA. That was a very intense fight. And it looks like we've got Twista and Harry, Particle 7, harassing Team Intense. It's an interesting circle. It's very simple. It's central, and everybody has to just move in. Not a lot of place for cover for teams like Intense and Particle, but not really sure what Ryder's trying to do here. Right, just keeping an eye on barn compound because Tensai is sitting there pretty. Meanwhile, Initiative going for the very risky rotates, but everybody in the circle. And finally, AK HP, a team that I didn't manage to spectate all this while, are now finally in. Oh, and Devil unfortunately gets knocked by EO Slayer's player Cage OP. We've got 10 teams left, so these are the teams that are going to be making it to top 10. Aztec a little bit outside the circle. Cage OP just taking shots at everybody. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys move into the circle, and even Tensai is going to have to consider leaving barn compound and also rotate into the circle. Let's look at the circle. We've got AKHP and Initiative in the circle, and looks like Aztec is also safely in the circle with Nox Crystal not that far away, taking a couple of shots. And Intense, oh my god, Intense is already fighting. I do apologize for the spectator quality. It's very difficult to spectate and cast at the same time. It's something that I'll have to learn. But right now we're just watching Aztec shred Team Evil. They know exactly where they are. They don't have to worry about much. Where is Team Intense? There we go. Unfortunately, we've got 720p stream today because of some fuck up with the ingestion server, but we will fix that in future streams. This is just a practice stream, guys. I'm just practicing how to cast. I apologize if there is an issue, and we will try to make sure that whatever quality issues that we're having, we will try to fix it moving forward. So please be patient, and please do subscribe to the channel. This is PC Peasants as well as Villager Esports. If you guys like this kind of content, I don't mind doing more of it. It's a lot of fun for me because the games are actually interesting to watch. And looks like AK is... It's not looking good for Intense at all. Intense in a very bad situation. Right outside AKHP's little outhouse. They're healing. And Intense Rider already out of the game. Dying to the play zone. It's just... Oh, and that Molly's gonna hurt Senu. And what a beautiful play by Intense. What a beautiful play by Intense. He's waiting for that Molly to thaw out, and we've got Envy clutching that situation. Evil, meanwhile, still in the outhouse, getting shredded by Aztecs. Oh, but it looks like Aztecs now has to worry about two teams as they are getting knocked. He gets a double knock on Shaitan. Aztec RB not OP with the AWM. Spraying down through the smoke, hoping to get some damage in or maybe a knock. Now it's time for Aztec to actually do something and move into the safe zone because the circle is not in their favor. Envy from Intense just chilling in the corner, doesn't want to do much, and Harry decides... Oh, unfortunately, Harry gets knocked out by Aztec, and that means Particle 7 is out of the game. We've got a lot of isolated players. The Aztecs still strong with their 4-man. It is not looking good for Initiative Esports. Despite winning that fight against Fozi A, they are in a very dicey situation. And Crucifer is going to have to get some kills on the Aztec boys. Let's see if he does. He primes his... He shoots but misses. That was quite a tough whiff. Crucifer needs to get at least one knock. And Spidey is knocked! It's now, unfortunately, the tables have turned for Aztec because they are going to have to res Spidey and worry about Nox Crystals and Tensai. Tensai surprisingly survived for this long. I have to say Tensai really playing well. Using the smokes. Oh, but that nade's gonna kill Omega from Tensai. Tensai down to 2 players. Spidey back to full HP. They now know that initiative is there. And they're trying to get initiative to come on. Initiative, meanwhile, still 3-man. Trying to survive this with smokes. The circle has moved. Forcing initiative to use the cover of smoke to move forward. We've got 3 teams left. And it looks like Fury from Initiative has made it somewhat into the safe zone. I like how aggressively Aztec is playing here. They've been using the cars as cover. Aztec using the car fortress method. They knock Crucifer. Crucifer is down. And Crucifer has been thirsted as well. Spidey on a fire this game. Spidey starting the game with 3 kills. And Aditya is also knocked. And unfortunately, Agnibaz also gets knocked. It's a 2v1 Aztec versus Initiative. Whereas Ignite is just licking his wounds. He doesn't want to enter the fight just yet. They managed to nade Aditya. Aditya is knocked. And he's going to need a res. It looks like he's given up. He's just given up. Oh, that nade. Oh my god. Some amazing movement from Fury. Oh, but Aditya is done for. And Spidey finishes off Fury. Team Aztec back. They spot Ignite. And the match is ended. What an amazing match for Team Aztec. Starting the game with 3 kills and then proceeding to get so many more in the course of the game. Tensai, have to say their survivability was exceptionally good. They were getting shot at from everywhere, but they still managed to, get second place, and that is a testament to how, if I'm not mistaken, Ignite played. Not sure which Ignite. And then we've got Initiative Esports taking on 4ZA, doing some decent damage, and unfortunately just not able to close it against Aztec. Aztec, of course, quite confident with their early wins, are going to be have been unstoppable this Erangel map. Unfortunately, I don't have much to say about Nox Crystals because they were a little bit on the corner of my eye, but they did not get any kills, but they do enjoy a top 5 position at 4th place. Team KO also getting a few kills here and there, managing to survive, but that's about it. Team Evil and Intense. Unfortunately, Evil was sandwiched by Aztec and they didn't have much to do, so they got pinned down and they were not able to exit that situation. Aztec had the higher ground. But I have to say, one of the breakout teams were Intense, and the way they played. Envy with 6 kills. Spidey, of course, leading the kill board with 9 kills, and RB Not OP with 7 kills. Obviously, a great game for Aztec, but I have to say, Envy did not disappoint with his 6K. And of course, we've got Particle 7 in 8th place, AKHP in 9th place. Unfortunately, AKHP got eliminated by, if I'm trying to remember this, Intense. And they were also sort of sandwiched in a similar fashion as Team Evil, and they couldn't make it out alive. And finally, of course, we had the EO Slayers. I'm not really sure why they didn't manage to get any kills, but they did manage to come to 10th place. and it was overall a good game. These were our top 10, and it looks like Aztec has been consistently performing. I don't know what happened to Orange Rock, and I'm guessing they didn't play the game. Doesn't look like they did, and yes, we've got some issues with the scoreboard, but you know, these things happen, and that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna wait for the next match to start, and we will be starting in 10 minutes, and I will try to read the chat while that happens. This is Roheen from PC Peasants Gaming. We are live on YouTube, and if you want to watch us on YouTube, come check us out on YouTube as well. I do want to address the chat. Bro, video quality is bad. I am very well aware of this, and I deeply apologize. This is my first cast. We're trying to square off some of the issues here. But you know, we will eventually figure everything out, and yeah, like, don't worry about it. And we're just going to wait for the match to start. So give us a quick 30-second break while I join the match. And we are back. We're just gonna wait for the teams to sort of get into the game. Thank you so much for watching the stream, guys. And if you guys want more PUBG scrims with these amazing teams, I'm very happy to do it. There is a delay, of course, because of reasons. We don't want to, you know, affect anybody. It was an interesting game, man. Like, I gotta say, like, I had a lot of fun spectating this, and if you guys do enjoy this stuff, I will try to do more in the future. Somebody was asking me what tier this is. I think this is tier 3, but we did see some tier 1 teams, so I'm not really sure. Like, you might have to ask somebody from Villager Esports. And we're just waiting for everybody to join in. Team Asterix had a very interesting game at Pochinki. I'm not really sure how Voldy died because we did not get to spectate him, but it was really interesting to see how Ash got a couple of kills initially, but he just couldn't. After losing Voldy, it looks like Team Asterix, they just couldn't survive that